Welcome back to Giant Monster Games. I'm Adrian, and today, me and Catherine down here are going to be playing some super budget Aristocrats. What do I think of this opening hand? We don't have white. We do have a Reassembling Skeleton. We do have a Doomblade. This is not the best opening hand, so I think we're gonna just mulligan it away. And this is substantially better. We have a 1-drop, so Doom Traveler, which is not that common. So we're gonna keep this and Bloodthrone Vampire on top of the library. I think that is perfect. We're going to leave you on top of the library. On top of our deck. Our opponent is playing first, so what are we playing? We're playing against blue. Blue something or other. So let's just get our Doom Traveler onto the playing field, into the battlefield. Playing battlefield. And pass it back to our opponent, and we will see what they do. They are playing a 294 card deck, so I'm assuming they're playing... I always forget the name of it because it's such an uncommon deck. It's the one where if you have 200 cards in your library, you win the game. When you play the card. Or at the beginning of your upkeep. Something like that. So this should be an interesting game for us, is all I'm saying here. Because we have no clue what our opponent's going to be playing, but they're definitely not going to be playing anything that is super duper aggressive compared to what we're playing. And I think right out of the gate, we're going to just get Blood Artist onto the playing field. And this one, target shapeshifter becomes a copy of target... yeah, okay. And go to combat, swing in with our Doomed Traveler, and let's see how this plays out. And it looks like our opponent just takes damage. Doesn't want to actually put his guy in front of our Doomed Traveler. And he's going to Oblivion Ring probably our Blood Artist. That'd be my guess. We are obviously not going to respond to this, because we can't. If we did have Bloodthrone Vampire, we could have just sacked it, but we can't do that. We do have some artifact hate in the sideboard, or enchantment hate in the sideboard, so we'll have to bring that in. And our opponent obviously swinging in, getting in a little bit of damage from us. Damage to us. Giving us some damage. You know, words and stuff and things. I could blow this guy up, but I don't think I really want to. I think I would rather go to combat, swing in for one, go to our second main phase, and I think we're just going to play Cartel Scholar and actually take a look at what our opponent has in their hand. Maybe I should have done that last turn, actually. I should have probably done that before I played any other card. I was just trying to be a little bit more aggro. But yeah. So our opponent has 3 lands, and what's this one? At the beginning of each player's upkeep, karma deals damage equal to that player, equal to the number of swamps he or she controls. Yeah, that can be goodbye. That would slowly kill us very fast, actually. Slowly kill us fast. Words and stuff and things. And what does our opponent play now? So he's going to play his land, because he has 3 of them in his hand. Taking a sip of coffee here. I find it's an essential part of a balanced breakfast is to drink a lot of coffee. And now it is our turn. We have our Zulaport Cutthroat back. We also have Doomblade. I almost think if we Doomblade his Shapeshifter, then we can just start getting in for 3 damage a turn, which might be a little bit better. So let's go that way. Let's go like that. Goodbye, creature. And you mean he's playing a blue deck. He could have drawn a counterspell. Maybe... Oh. Sure. So he's going to look at our hand, grab something, and then give it back to... Oh, no, because it changes. It's no longer what it was. That is very sneaky. Sneaky indeed. I didn't even think of that. So that's an interesting interaction for you. That he basically changes his shapeshifter into a different creature, which now changes the target, so it can't be targeted. I didn't know that. I actually did not know that. I thought the target remained the same, because it becomes a copy of target creature until end of turn. Interesting. I may have to utilize this card's ability in one of my future deck techs. Well, what do we do in the meantime? We play our Zulaport Cutthroat. And we play our Bloodthrone Vampire. And we can't swing in, really. Because if we did swing in, he would just, again, change it to be something else. So, yeah, we're going to hold off. And then next turn, we are going to go for the attack plan. That is going to be the plan. Okay, starting next turn, attacks will come, and it's going to be in the form of Bloodthrone Vampire. Oh, is this Path to Exile? What was it? What did our opponent play? I don't know. That's a little bit strange. I'm going to take a look at the side thing here. Oh, he activated the ability of the pool. What is this? Remove X counters from target. Add X mana. Oh, okay. Oh, put a storage counter on it. He put a storage counter on it. Ah, okay. Sorry. I was like, what did our opponent do? Why did I skip the turn? What was going on? I'm a little confused. Got to make sure that we're not losing the game here. Okay, so this is where we swing in with everything. Our opponent's going to change the copy of this, and then we're going to make him lose that creature. I like that idea. Okay, go to combat. Attack with all creatures. Yep. And can our opponent do it twice? He could do it twice in theory. So, let's see what he does. Opponent is doing blocks. He's going to block the Bloodthrone Vampire. And do I what? If I sacrifice Zulaport Cutthroat, gonna trigger. Yeah, Cutthroat goes first. Always yield. Now, is our opponent going to... And always yield you as well. And is our opponent going to change... I'm assuming he is going to change this into a copy of probably Bloodthrone Vampire. Oh, wait. But actually, they'll trade anyways. So let's see. Let's see what our opponent does. Okay, that's all we're doing. And our opponent will probably become a copy of Bloodthrone Vampire, which will make it... I think it makes it a 3-3 as well. I think it maintains the state it was in, I think. I could be wrong. I don't actually know this interaction very well. Yeah. Either way, we're going to get 3 damage in this way. We're waiting for our opponent to figure out what he's doing. I suspect... Oh, no, he doesn't. He just jump blocks and lets it go to the grave. Oh, because... I guess damage wears off at the same time that actually gets smaller, so... And we go to... next turn. I'm not sure what our opponent can do at this point. He might have... Exile target creature that dealt damage to you this turn. Well, that's a thing. So he's going to get back his swamp dealing damage thing. Oh. Dang it. I should have sacrificed it in response. But I didn't. Well, too late now. I should have sacrificed it to the vampire. Then it would have went to my graveyard, and then I could have rallied the ancestors it back. Darn it. Oh well. There you go, guys. That's an interaction that I should have done, but I didn't do. So... this is how we learn to play better, by making mistakes. Or by you guys watching me make mistakes, and then you guys be like, oh, so that's what I don't do in this case. Each player draws 2 cards. Okay. That helps me a lot, actually. And, well, I'm drawing lands, so that doesn't help me that much, but... I mean, I'm drawing lands now, so that means I'm not going to spend 2 turns kind of drawing lands to death. And he's going to put a storage counter on his land. And now it's our opponent's turn. We aren't doing much, but we do have a Doomblade open, so we're not gonna just we're gonna pass till response rather than like pass the entire turn. I'd rather not potentially miss Doomblading something, because I would rather kill something on his turn rather than kill something on our turn, which is generally the rule of playing when you're like trying to play and you're like I don't. If you're trying to play best, you want to play stuff on your opponent's turn as much as possible. Just the rule of thumb. I'm sure you guys know this. This is generally common knowledge. Yeah, that's gonna suck for us real fast here. Yep. Advantage of each player's upkeep. Deals damage to that player. Okay, so it's gonna be our turn. Okay, first strike, Exalted. Yep. Cancel pass. We are going into another phase here, going to destroy this guy. Because I'd rather not have to deal with it, because that would be bad for us. And our opponent is tapped out, which is definitely dangerous for him. So he's adding 2 mana. right? Yeah. So it's adds X mana of any combination of white and blue equal to the number of storage counters. Do you have to remove them as well? Yeah, remove storage counters. Enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library and put them back in any order. So he is digging now for his combo piece. We will totally kill off the Exalted First Strike creature because it'll actually wreck our board. Flying creature, not so much. Not so much indeed. I wonder if it's called Battle of Wits. Is that the name of the card? I keep forgetting. I'm like this entire time I'm like trying to think of like what the name of the card is. I know I could just like search it up right now while we're playing because our opponent is playing pretty slow. I guess we're playing pretty slow as well. Yeah, Doomblade. Goodbye. But I generally play pretty slow, so that's kind of a normal thing for me. And go to our turn. We're gonna take 2 damage. Draw a Tide Hollow Sculler. Play Tide Hollow Sculler, I guess? Yeah, why not? Take a look at our opponent's hand, see what they got. They have Clone. Okay, well, Clone goes away. Doesn't really do much for us. And what do I think? I think we just go to combat with these 2 guys. Seems pretty reasonable. I wish we had more stuff in the graveyard. Yeah, obviously he's gonna chump. He's gonna trade. Is he gonna trade? Apparently not. Yeah, I'll let him take 2 damage. I'd rather keep the flyer up and about. Up and about. Very Canadian of me. And our opponent doesn't take any damage because he doesn't have any swamps, so that's good for him. Bravo, opponent, for not taking damage to your clearly. This is actually a really good card in like this kind of deck. Like, generally, I'd be like, don't play this card. It's not that good. But when you're playing a deck that literally the objective is don't die. Target player draws 4 cards. It's gonna be our opponent. When your objective is don't die, this is actually a pretty good one at just like making your opponent have to like deal with this. Otherwise, stuff's gonna happen. Oh, there's another owl. That's neat. And yeah, that's kind of neat. Oblivion Ring. I'm sure he also is running like just a ton of just removal stuff. So Oblivion Rings, Journey to No. No. What am I thinking about? What's the other one? The Oblivion Ring. Banishing Light, which is Oblivion Ring, except it can only target creatures. Which is, generally, I play it quite a bit in a lot of my decks because it's kind of a budget version compared to Oblivion Ring. Or is it? No, I think Banishing Light is also any card, except it has to be something your opponent controls, so you can't technically play it on your stuff. And our opponent is going to combat or no? Is our opponent going to combat? I would assume yes. Might as well swing in with the owl and get a damage in. No, I guess not. Alright, we're going to take 2 damage. Here's our clock, slowly ticking down. Blood Artist. Yes, please. Again, we're not thinking we're gonna. Well, I'm assuming I'm not gonna lose the game based on this guy or based on damage. It's gonna be him getting the combo or him getting the card out, which is going to be the problem for us. And what do I think now? This is Clone is a creature, so we could just swing in with everything. What do you think? I could, yeah, let's 12. Yeah. Okay, let's go to combat. Let's swing in with you go. Could also go with Zulaport Cutthroat. Yeah, let's just go with everything. And then we're going to probably sack a bunch of stuff, whatever he blocks, and then make stuff bigger. Hopefully he won't sack the vampire. He won't block the vampire, hopefully. We'll see. So he's going to block the Zulaport Cutthroat, obviously. And he's going to block the vampire, also obviously. So, what we do in response is our turn. We are going to sacrifice a creature. Gonna be the Zulaport Cutthroat. Yep. Always targeting our opponent. You can always yield to this guy as well. And always yield. Always yield. Then... Oh, we don't have enough to rally for the stuff. Oops, I forgot about that. And... yeah, we'll just go like that. Kill off his owl. Blood Artist on our opponent. And oops. Darn it! I could have played my swamp. I guess I would have taken more damage. But if I play my swamp, do I have enough to kill? I could have killed him. Dang it! Okay, guys, you can leave comments in the comment section about how I totally just fubbed that. I could have actually killed our opponent this turn. Oh well, because he's at 6 life. I could have played my swamp, played Rally the Ancestors, and then sacked token, sacked Scholar, and sacked something else, and killed him. Not this time. We'll see if our opponent actually has the card. If he doesn't, he's gonna die next turn. So that'll be a good thing. But again, so close, but so far. Actually, technically we could still do it. So if he does play that card, we will just play it in response. Because we have 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, because it's another creature, right? Sacrifice a creature, so he can sacrifice himself. So we have 4 damage here. Yeah, I mean, why don't we just do it on our opponent's turn? Should I do it on our opponent's turn? No, because I'd rather rally 4. I'd rather play it safe. Let's just be quite honest. Okay, well that's neat. We have Zealous Persecution, so we'll go to combat. Actually, at the beginning of combat, we'll play Zealous Persecution here. Or actually, once I declare attacker. So, attack with all creatures. Yep. Creatures have been declared. Zealous Persecution. So, our opponent either has to deal with this or he dies. Hopefully he does have like a counterspell from his hand and he burns it on this, because then we can actually play Rally the Ancestors and pull back our stuff. And then just do all of our sacrifice things. So, what is he playing? If it's a remand, we can also replay it, which is also an option. It may not be a remand, though. What is he playing? So far, he's tapped 3 mana, so that is not enough. It could be... No, it's not going to be a hard counter. Most hard counters are blue, and a colorless, or a blue generic. Not colorless, technically. Change target creature into a 0 or 1/1 colorless shapeshifting creature. Okay, I don't see how that stops things. I mean, obviously, Clone goes back to his hand, but that... Again, I don't see how that stops things. I don't... Let's see some, like, master plan on how to deal with that. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not really sure what he was doing. Rather, I'm surprised he didn't do that on the Blood Artist. Flash, creatures you control get +1/+1. Okay. Yep. That's fine. Zealous Persecution happens. And then we might as well rally right now, why not? Okay. Rally! Go, rally, go! The one downside about rally is, like, your creatures don't get haste, so that's a thing. Obviously, I could have probably... I guess it doesn't really matter. And let's just go to Sacrifice Town. Yep. And our opponent scoops it up! There we go, let's go to sideboard. So we are playing against the weird deck. So I'm going to put in Lost Legacy, and I should probably look up what that card... Oh, and our opponent actually scoops the second game as well. He doesn't think he can win it. So this is me playing a very short game of against... what is... Oh, over here, hold on. Before we actually end this video, I'm going to quickly look up the name of the card that if you win the game... you guys can't see this because it's on my other screen. If 200 cards. And we'll see what this actually is. What is it called? It is Battle of Wits. Okay, so we played against Battle of Wits, and we totally won. I mean, Battle of Wits is an interesting deck, and I have considered building around it, but it is a really, really hard card, or really hard deck to play with in any kind of competitive sense. If you're playing like just with friends and stuff, then sure, Battle of Wits is kind of a neat one that you can totally, play against more casual decks, but it just doesn't have the stopping power to go into like modern or something, modern competitive, sorry. And yeah, but anyways, I'm Adrian, this is Giant Monster Games. I hope you guys enjoyed this short video, and until next time, don't forget to game like a giant monster.